Why hack tourism has really got to do with just seeing that there's a massive gap in the market. That gap comes from people who are in the tourism and hospitality space who've got all this pressure to try and respond to what's happening from a social media point of view, to understand online and digital. And they really don't know where to turn to, they don't know where to start because it's overwhelming. And people often are afraid of the things they don't understand, and that's the gap that we're trying to bridge. We're trying to bring social media and digital and online into their world in a way that they understand, because we understand travel and hospitality really well. There are three things that have happened. First, there's this whole social media revolution that's taken place. It's taken place because of mobile phones, and travel is one of the big beneficiaries of that whole social media revolution that's taken place. Because of the social media revolution, the fact that people now can post and become content creators themselves, that's kind of like democratized the whole Web 2.0 thing, where everyone now is a publisher, everyone now has followers in the audience. So that's the first big thing. The second thing is, because of the phone being in your pocket and having all of this amazing capability that we never had before, it can shoot high definition video, it can take great images, it can do all the things that we need to in terms of geolocation. Those things have really changed the way that we do everything. And for us in tourism and hospitality, if we don't respond to how the market is shifting and changing, the consumer is shifting and changing. They're always connected, they're always online, they're always on social media, and we sometimes forget that we've got a responsibility to meet them where they're at, bring to them what the travel, what the tourism and hospitality industry has to offer in a space that they're comfortable with. I think every little boy goes through that stage of I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a fireman. And those kind of like took care of themselves. That wasn't going to happen. I was very much into sport, so played lots of basketball overseas and in South Africa, traveled thanks to that. You know, the height has something to do with it. But I think when I got involved in digital, it was really as a project manager in a digital agency, and then kind of worked my way through the agency to the point where I then owned and operated a few agencies and then joined SA Tourism. But I think from a young boy, it was always around this idea of being able to communicate with people, to kind of get a sense of what they're looking for and what they need, and then try and give them what they're looking for. And I think that's kind of like marketing and PR 101. I think social and digital has just made that so much easier and funkier for us to work with, because now the environment has changed, although the people and the needs and the messaging and the communication hasn't changed that much. It's really the technology and the devices that's kind of like leading the way. I love being in the room when people have that eureka moment. You know, when people realize that the social thing that they thought was so hard and so difficult really can come naturally to them. And I think anyone who works with people a lot, you look for those kind of like moments of validation. That's a huge moment of validation for me, when people go, oh, okay, this Instagram thing, I don't get Twitter, but the way you explained it, that really made sense, and now I can use it going forward. I think that's really the big drive for me. It's about those people communication, you know, connection points, and then going, wow, okay, you've helped me really demystify something or make something complicated seem much easier to understand. That's really the why for me. I think today the advice I would give any tourism or hospitality provider is understand what's the same, but emphasize what's different about your unique experience. And as much as everyone has a bed and everyone has a reception area, understand what it is that consumers are resonating with when they come and they experience the experience that you offer them. And understand that really well, and then find ways to amplify that. And very often the way they talk about it in their own words is more powerful than what a copywriter could ever write for you. And you've got to be in touch with those people. Your job is to give them the very best kind of experience that you possibly can. And now it's a question of listening, understanding, and engaging with those people who've had this experience to be able to make it easy for them to then share that with other people. And that's what I think social media and digital does now that we weren't able to do before.